Good morning, everyone. Today we're here to check out a brand new video from Dead Meat, the kill count of the 2014 movie As Above, So Below. Now let's hop in and go to Perry. Yes, I went a little fancy
Welcome
with
to the Kill
Paris,
Count,
but so
where we
what?
tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies and show you how they were made. I'm James H. Denise,
Hey,
and today
James.
we're looking at As Above, So Below, released in 2014.
Glad
As
to
Above,
be
So
here.
Below is a found footage film that came out during the subgenre's peak. After
Found footage
Paranormal
style.
Activity, it felt like every other 2010s horror movie was done in that style. As such, it was difficult for any one of them to stand out, but As Above managed to because of its
Actually, I
setting.
like this
It takes
one.
place and was actually freaking filmed in the catacombs of Paris. If you're unaware,
Oh,
Paris
that
has
is
almost 200
nice.
miles of tunnels beneath the city that are filled with the bones of 6 million dead folk. It was made and filled in the late 18th century, but nowadays functions as a tourist attraction, though only about a mile is open to the public. It's one
Yeah,
of the
the rest
coolest
of it's
things I've
locked
ever
off.
learned about, and is near the
And underwater what's known as the Catacomb Cops, or the Catacops.
top of my travel wish list. Aside from the setting, the movie's fine, I guess.
I kinda
It's
like
as much
it.
an adventure flick as it is a horror movie.
And again,
it
I
feels
like
a lot
Dante's
like Tomb
Inferno.
Raider, Indiana Jones, The Da
Oops.
Vinci Code, the Brendan Fraser Mummy, those kinds of films. Lots of puzzle solving and treasure hunting and uncovering historical secrets. The acting is solid, especially from the two leads,
pretty
who
good.
really sell their expertise in the subject matter. It's also got a ton of awesome visuals, including a few that were done practically in impressive
Oh.
ways. In the end, though, the parts feel like they add up to a lesser whole. Things just sort of happen, and then before you know it, the movie's over. I don't mind the dumb silliness behind
Yeah, it
all the
kinda doesn't make
scavenging for
sense.
clues. I think it makes sense for a movie
Partly.
like this. I just wish it all came together in the end to something more. But at least I wasn't bored watching it. If you want a cool-looking, found-footage horror version of Tomb Raider, you've got it right here. Just don't expect anything more than that, and
Fulfill
you
what
should
a
have a fine
philosopher's
enough
stone.
time. How many explorers? Oh, sorry, 1 second.
The bell has rung.
Attention, Count 9 shoppers. Have you been struggling to find medical care? Are you only finding doctors with a 6-month wait list? Did you finally find a doctor only to be told they're actually unavailable for new patients?
Damn.
Then Count 9 is happy to direct shoppers to today's sponsor, ZocDoc.
How many explorers will get killed in these catacombs? Let's find out and get to the kills.
Man, how many people are actually in this movie?
The movie begins with footage shot by archaeology professor Scarlett Marlowe. She's a regular
Think
Indiana
6
Jones,
maybe
sneaking
died?
into Iran in
Or
the name of
just 2
discovery.
lived?
She's a real go-getter and risk-taker. If she's caught, the penalty
know.
is death.
But they'd have to catch me first.
A dude named Riza guides her to a cave system that's about to be demolished. You can tell by the scary alarm noises. That means Scarlett's
Gotta
gonna
run.
have to act fast. She finds an ancient artifact and, like the British person she is, takes a hammer to it. But not to take home with her and stick in a museum. Is to reveal a little cubbyhole with the extra special secrets.
Ooh.
Like the Wall Street Bowl?
The rose key.
Oh, it's
rose
the rose
key.
key. As the countdown to destruction continues, she spends every last second recording the symbols on the statue. She takes off as the demo team begins, stopped only momentarily by a ghastly vision,
Whoa.
twistin' in the wind. Then they set the explosives free, and now she's sighing on the ground, the wind knocked out of her. But she survives thanks to Riza. Knew that guy wasn't nothing to fuck with. He wants her to
thank
be more
goodness.
careful in her pursuit of knowledge, reminding her that a similar quest made her father go crazy.
My father wasn't crazy.
Everyone
He was sad
who
though.
asks for Flamel's stone is crazy. They all wind up dead.
The footage picks up later with Scarlett filmed by her cameraman Benji. He asks about her research and that stone
okay.
Riza mentioned, the Philosopher's Stone, or the Sorcerer's Stone if you're American. Either way, it's a mythical.
No, even as American, I don't call it the Sorcerer's Stone. I say Philosopher's Stone.
Item sought after by alchemists.
It's an elusive substance that could turn base metals into gold,
And revive the dead.
can provide the key to eternal life.
Damn, dude, that's better than a chug jug. Scarlett's father dedicated his life to finding the stone, but died before he could. Scarlett's
Rest in
determined
peace,
to
man.
finish what he started, which is why she and Benji are in Paris. That's the home of the stone's creator. Say it with Hermione, everyone.
Nicholas Flamel.
According to her dad's research, the
Nicholas
stone could be
Flamel?
found following
Is that it?
clues inscribed on Flamel's tombstone. She needed the rose key to translate the text into Aramaic, but that's not one of the 6 languages she knows.
Luckily, I know a guy who does.
Since Tom Hanks isn't available,
Aha.
Scarlett hits up her ex George for help Da Vinci decoding. He's the kind
Hello,
of guy who sneaks
George.
into churches to fix old clocks for fun, but looks like they caught him at a bad chime.
Whatever it is, I want nothing
Yeah,
to do with it.
Shine.
Damn, man, rough
Get it?
breakup?
Did she mention to you the last time we were together
I literally wound up in a Turkish prison.
Surely you can't be serious. Prison or not, George is still
Explanation.
clearly crushing on Scarlett. Hell, they might have even kissed again if the bells hadn't started chiming. Talk about a clock block. He agrees to help, so they head to the
funny.
tombstone and he starts his
I get it.
translating. It doesn't seem very fruitful at first.
Lime.
Sword is lime.
Sword is lime.
Aside from the lime of it all. But together, the puzzlers figure out there might be more written on the back of this very valuable ancient... Yo, hold up there!
Don't
Easy,
take it off.
Tombstone Raiders! With some cleaning chemicals and a bit of fire. Scarlett reveals a hidden message.
Ooh.
Ah, look at these two lovebirds. Solving riddles, doing science.
Hey, that was Dante's Inferno.
The movie does a great job showcasing Scarlett's skills and knowledge. And recklessness, which isn't great for the people helping her.
You don't want to breathe this in.
George translates the new inscription, and Scarlett surmises the stone is 370 feet below Flamel's tomb, halfway between his burial and the mythic gates of hell. In most places, getting that far underground would be impossible, but they're in Paris, baby! There's a whole system of catacombs beneath their feet.
600
The tunnels
miles.
don't run under Flamel's burial site, but historic street collapses indicate there may be a hidden chamber. Now they just need to get there, or rather, Scarlett does. George has boundaries.
I don't
Yeah.
go underground.
I ain't going.
Scarlett and Benji go on a tour of the Bone Zone to see what they're working with. Oh man, I want to visit this place so bad, which may be surprising. It's basically Bastard Skelly HQ. They find out the public tunnels
Yeah.
don't go where they need to.
We need to find a way.
Man, imagine trying to count that. Just 6 million to the count.
to the off-limits area of the catacombs.
Well, good thing this random French dude gives them a tip. He says to go to a nightclub and ask for a guy named Papillon. Hey, thanks, man. Oh, okay, he gone. The trio heads to the
gone.
club where Benji spots a real looker, as in she won't stop looking at him. Some real
She has a
VHS
blink?
vibes from this chick, especially when he sees her continuing to stare through the window. Amidst the
She never
Euro trash
blinks.
euphoria,
Okay.
they find Papillon, who's skeptical of their request.
Now, sorry, do I look like a tour guide to you?
Do I look like a tourist?
They tell him to cinch and promise him half the treasure
Do I look like a tour guide? Do I look like a tortoise?
they may find.
No
That gets him
point.
to agree, and he assembles his team, a pair of obvious red shirts. I mean, they're so clearly
Yeah, they're gonna
here to
die.
pad the numbers. The guy's name is Zed, for Christ's sake. Insert Bruce Willis quote here. The chick's name is Susie, which gives us a Susie and the Banshees reference.
Susie the Banshee.
Yeah, this
Hey,
guy.
look at that.
Susie warns George this is a dangerous mission.
If you run out of batteries with no flashlight, you will die.
Not exactly a happy house down there. They head
Whoa,
towards
what
the
happened to
tunnels
your
while
hand?
George, very unconvincingly, keeps saying
Did you actually see that? The back of one of our hands was like burned from
he's
something.
not going to go with
Chemically
them.
burned?
I'm not coming with you guys. Told you a bunch of times. Okay. I'm leaving you guys in a second.
They get to their tiny, tiny hole of an entrance. Oh god,
That's
this is
so
an absolute
tiny.
nightmare. Before they descend, they gear up with pin cams and headlamps, so this can be a proper found footage film. After the success of the
Whoa.
other found footage
Okay.
projects, like the Poughkeepsie tapes and the English language rec remake Quarantine, sibling filmmakers
Nice.
John Eric and Drew Dowdle went for a three-peat with a movie set in the Paris catacombs. The found footage aspect
Three-peat,
was
okay.
less important to
Not
them
bad.
than the lead character they had been developing, a female Indiana Jones searching for a hidden relic. Both of them independently fell in love with separate auditions from Perdita Weeks.
Always
Oh, that's just
partly
great.
jokingly said that I wanted to play Lara Croft, so I think this is about as close as I'll ever get.
The movie came together
Pretty
fast,
much.
with only 7 months between initial pitch and director's cut. For the story, the brothers drew on their love of history and mythology, including Egyptian hieroglyphics, the hell depicted in Dante's Inferno, and the
Nice.
supposed alchemist Nicholas Flamel. They were also inspired by the documentary Touching the Void, which followed a mountaineer.
One thing actually real quick to point out is that with Dante's Inferno, it actually gives hell 9 layers. The first layer is known as Limbo. That's where all souls actually end up to be judged. From there, they either go up or they go down. And in some very rare few cases, they don't move at all. The next 7 under that, going from 2 to 8, are the rings that separate it by the sin. The last one, the 9th ring, is the Ring of Betrayal, which can only house 1, which is said to be Lucifer trapped waist deep in a frozen lake. It's either waist deep or shoulder deep, I can't exactly remember. But either way, he's the only one in that final ring.
Who was forced to descend deeper into a large crevasse after falling in. Scarlett begs George to come with them, and during the deliberation, a policeman spears Papillon out of nowhere. By
Whoa!
God! It kicks off a scramble that forces everyone, yes, even you, George, into the tunnel. He's pissed, not because he grew up watching the descent. Turns out his little brother drowned in a cave when they were kids, and he's avoided them ever since.
Oh,
George is
that's-
played by
I'm
Ben
sorry.
Feldman, last seen on the kill count in the Friday the 13th reboot, but
Oh,
always
okay.
be Ginsburg to me. The group wades through waterlogged tunnels and past a bunch of women in white having an a cappella rehearsal.
There is always some weird people up here.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Definitely.
creepy, but you can't beat the acoustics. Also, boobs. Wait a minute, have I seen that conductor before?
It's the
Oh yeah,
Stell
it's
lady.
the club chick. Peplon leads them deeper as the singing echoes through the tunnel like a dramatic diegetic score. He shows them the narrow passage they're supposed to crawl through
Aw,
next. but
man.
Benji's got a bone to pick
That's
with
gonna
that plan.
hurt.
Fuck that, man. I'm not climbing over bones.
Scarlet agrees. Her map indicates another tunnel is more direct. But Papillon shuts that shit down. His friend Latope, or the Mole, went through that evil tunnel years ago and never came back again. That means their only option is the Tunnel of Tibias. While this bone burrow was real, a
Damn,
fourth
it's
wall was
gonna
added
hurt.
to make it even more claustrophobic. Benji tries to purge the fear from his mind, but as he climbs through, he gets stuck and starts to panic. This scene is incredibly stressful
breathe,
to
man.
watch. The raw terror in his face and
Oh, boy.
voice combines with the sound of bones crunching all around him and that choir in the background.
Why are they singing? Why are they singing this fucking song?
Oh, that hit him.
Benji
Did
crawls
you see
through,
that?
The tunnel
Ow.
begins to collapse around him. They pull him out just in time, but find that things are getting grave encounters in here. That same evil tunnel they left behind is right in front of them. And that don't make sense.
How's that for you?
There is no turns.
The only thing to do is keep moving forward. They find Papillon's graffiti tag, even though he
Pap.
claims he's never been in this part of the cave before. Then why's your pap smeared all over the wall, brah? They
Huh?
keep going and find more weird shit.
What are you, Pap? A gynecologist? I'm sorry, Pat Smeel. Sorry.
Like a piano.
How the hell did they get a piano down there?
Very carefully, I imagine. It looks just like the one George used to play with his brother when they were kids. And in fact, it's the same
piano?
piano, down to the same
It
broken
is.
A4 key. They better leave before anything weirder happens, like finding a ringing phone. Yeah, right there. Wait,
Uh-oh.
Scarlet, you really gonna answer that?
Why would you talk to me, Scarlet?
Before she can tell
Whoa,
him to
okay.
remove her from his list, a random dude shows up faster than you can say Hal Ratma. But it's no Rat Man, it's a mole man,
Ratma.
a toad, who's apparently just been living down here for years without any light
How?
or soap. At least he's got those adventure goggles, looking like
Good goggles,
crazy
though. You
old
have to agree.
Maurice. The taupe says to follow him if they want to get out, sounding like Quaith's prophecy.
The only way out is down.
To go up, they must go down. And down they go.
That
into
is
a
actually
really deep
true
hole.
in this
On the way
case.
down, Benji slips and has another near-death experience. Poor dude can't catch a break. Caught himself though, just fucked up his hands on the rope while doing so. Originally, the brothers
Damn,
planned
man,
to
I'm
film on
sorry.
a set, but discovered it'd be cheaper to use the real deal. As Above, So Below is the first feature film to get permission to shoot in the catacombs. They made use of both the
And that's
public
rare.
and off-limits areas. A safety inspection ensured that the tunnels were sturdy and full of breathable air, but the process was still difficult and potentially dangerous.
There's no electricity down there. There's no
Obvious.
restrooms down there. There's no
Anything?
cell phones and walkie-talkies don't work. You have nothing down there.
The conditions the characters
screwed.
face match what the cast and crew had to endure, from the cold, damp, and dark to the piles of real human bones.
It's a space that feels like a nightmare.
For 5 weeks,
A
they
band
spent
also.
every
I
day
like that.
6 stories underground, shooting with a small crew of around 10 people. That included the actors, who lit most of the scenes with their
Stories,
headlamps.
God.
Shooting the catacombs, how amazing! That'd be so fun. That is true for a day or two, and then on day 15 and on day 25, it's a very grueling place.
Let's
to
just
shoot
get me the
every
hell
day.
out of
They
here.
had
I
to
don't
run around
care.
tight tunnels with ceilings so low, the crew wore helmets to avoid head injuries.
We'd be watching a monitor running through these spaces, and you just take the hits in your arm instead of your face.
The filmmakers
Oh,
managed to
yeah.
keep their cast in good spirits, though, and the conditions give the movie a rough around the edges feel, reminiscent of the Blair Witch Project. While passing through
But
a
more
watery
visible.
chamber, the group hears deafening screams and sees a ghostly little boy. Oh, holy shit!
Oh,
what was
no.
that?
The question is not what was that, but who was that?
Yo, Mole Man, shut your hole, man. They hit a dead end,
Ha,
but Scarlet
funny.
spots a scarab and knows they ain't just good for creepy crawly deaths in the mummy.
Scarab?
She recognizes
Ooh.
it as a key. All they have to do now is remove the right stone, and if they remove the wrong one,
The
We
ceiling
die.
will collapse on you and kill you.
no press. Scarlet's dedication to her
Remove the right stone, you get the passage. Remove the wrong stone, you die.
Lara Croft helps
either
her and
way.
George pick the right stone and unlock the hidden door. Now it's time to raid that tomb! Inside they find a
nice.
body, and I've gotta say, guy looks great for
Oh,
having
they
died
found
700
it.
years ago. Doesn't look a day over 5.
That was kind of fast.
500. Drop the skincare routine, my man. They still haven't found the stone, but Scarlet has an idea. She tells everyone to switch off their headlamps and be in the dark with this suspiciously well-preserved corpse.
Oh,
It'll
damn.
be fine. In the
Okay.
darkness, they see light coming up from beneath a pool of water. Scarlet, lacking any kind of self-preservation, hops in the pool and swims towards it.
Oh,
the others
come
reluctantly
on.
follow and find a chamber full of treasure. It's the goddamn Cave of Wonders up in here. But
Huh.
Scarlet doesn't stand
Very
next to the
golden.
piles and hold Z. She moves past them and turns her attention towards an engraving on the wall. There, serving as a depiction of the sun, is the Philosopher's Stone.
Yes,
There's a place
there
to
it
hide the
is.
most valuable stone ever known, the next to riches you could never miss.
Too bad Pap and Pals are being
No!
a bunch of baboons
Don't
and
open
trigger a trap. The
that.
ceiling collapses, bloodying Zed's nose, battering Susie, and burying Latope. They try to uncover him, but that's a big Lanope. The ceiling collapse was one of the few set pieces filmed on a stage, for obvious reasons.
Obvious,
Along
yeah,
with all
obvious.
the nasty standing water scenes, also for obvious reasons. The group finds themselves with no guide, no water, no medical supplies, and no batteries. But at least
Gotta get the
Susie's
hell out of
injury
there
ain't
now.
all that bad. Just rub a little dirt on it. Or stone. Yeah, rub a little Philosopher's Stone on it. It works, completely healing the
Oh,
wound. And
it's
Susie
real.
the Banshee is entranced, spellbound. Scarlet spots a carving of a
real
door on the
stone.
ceiling near a symbol. And what's that symbol mean?
As above, so below.
Title symbol! The phrase is believed to be the key to magic in the world. And if the image of a door is on the ceiling above, the real door must be on the floor below. Even though they're
That's
already
it.
at the bottom of the catacombs, and there should be nothing further beneath them, Scarlet's able to break a hole in the floor. After the water drains out through it, they climb down once more.
Gotta
where
go
they're
down.
Greeted by a not so warm welcome.
Abandon all hope, ye who enter here.
Very
According to
classic, very
Scarlet, that's the
Latin.
inscription written on the gates of hell. Hell yeah! This inscription over the gates of hell appears in Inferno, the first part of Dante's epic poem Divine Comedy. Inferno tells the story of Dante journeying through the 9 circles of hell, guided by the Roman
It's a very
poet
good
Virgil.
thing.
Dante and Virgil are mirrored by Scarlet and George, respectively, while Latope represents souls stuck in limbo. In fact, the movie is
Exactly.
packed with references to Inferno, from the imagery of wells to the themes of guilt and sin. A notebook they looked at earlier shows 9 layers to it, and most relevant of all is the idea that to escape, they must keep climbing down. So that's what they do, climbing into the upside down. No vectors down
Exactly.
here though, just disappearing doors and another pool of water, one with a spooky strobe light. The group may have abandoned
can't
all
see.
hope, but they regain a Latope. He's waiting for them with a way less fresh-looking corpse. I mean, I guess they did break the seal. Dude's looking like a browning avocado. Susie tries to speak to Latope, but he freaks out like he's got the rage virus and slams her to the ground.
Ooh.
She gets straight up mauled
There
by
it
that
is,
bull
the
as
first
he
kill.
smashes her face into the stone floor. Scarlet tries
Oh.
to heal her with the stone, but it's too late. You can't bring back the dead. Man, magic can never bring
can
back
heal,
the dead.
it
As they
can't
continue,
revive.
George realizes they've traveled 1,000 feet underground, and they have to
Correction, I actually thought it could revive the dead. Hold on a moment. Okay, just did a little bit of research. Yeah, if you're killed violently, the stone can't do damn thing to bring you back.
to keep going even deeper, rappelling
The
down.
elixir of life it can create can only stop natural aging and death. You can still be violently killed, like what we just saw.
Down another hole. Benji's the last to go, but hesitates when he hears someone creeping around.
Oh no, I know the scene. There it
Oh
is.
shit, it was the girl from the club. He's really starting to fall for her. That fall to his death, that is.
He did.
Scarlet is
He
more
did.
devastated than Gail Weathers by the loss of her cameraman, but she has to keep going and push through her grief and a bunch of bones. George sees a vision of his brother buried beneath the bones and tries to reach him until Scarlet
No!
snaps him back to reality. They follow the sound of screams to a holy shit, a burning car?
A
The ghostly
flaming
teen
car.
sitting in the back seat looks like the kid that first gave Scarlet Papillon's name. Papillon screams over and over that it wasn't his fault, but the burning ghost of his apparent friend begs to differ. He
Pulls him
Papillon
in.
into the inferno, and the car crumples in on itself. Fuck yeah, that
And
was awesome.
legs.
All that's left are Papillon's legs sticking out of solid stone. They try to pull him out, but come on, guys. Papillon
Yeah,
is
come
Papillon.
on.
This car was actually hauled down to the catacombs in real life, in a specially selected
Oh,
section
wow.
where they could do practical pyrotechnics. To pull it off
Okay.
safely, they brought down ventilation systems and waited to light it on fire until just before shooting. Director John Dowdle wanted to make sure it would be safe for the stuntman, so he tested it on himself first.
Tested it on
Why?
myself first to make sure we weren't gonna torch someone.
Oh.
And I sat in the car and lit it up.
The 3 remaining explorers can't turn back, so they carry on even if they can't keep calm. Zed especially is freaking out. Dude, just be happy you're still alive. Definitely didn't
Your
expect
nose
to
is
outlast
fucked up, though.
Papillon. George decides now's as good a time as any for a romantic confession.
Whatever happens, the week in Turkey is the greatest week of my life.
Wait, the week before prison or the week in prison? But
Probably
hey, Turkish
just
jail
before.
is probably better than this hall of horrors featuring stone-faced walls and this roby motherfucker. When they try to hide from the shadowy figure, the faces come out of the walls and turn into screeching monsters.
Oh, God.
One of them takes a chunk out of George's neck, and when Scarlet
Ooh.
tries to fix it with the stone, it doesn't work. Yo, what the hell, Flamel? This thing only works like a third of the time? Scarlet remembers the instructions to
once.
find the stone mentions something about rectification. She realizes she swiped the wrong rock and decides to go all the way back to get the right one and save George. Wait, are you serious? Dude, that's like so far back. But like someone
I actually kind of like the twist of what they do for this. I'm not gonna spill it until after the
in a
scene.
video game with crappy level design, Scarlet doubles back and runs the whole hellish obstacle course in reverse.
God,
Misty gives
that's
us this
fast.
moment when she punches a demon in the face.
Damn!
Get out of my way! She finds the chamber that
Well,
was
not a
full
punch,
of
but
water,
still.
now a river of blood and grabby hands. I don't know why it's like this, but it looks cool and scary, which I could
It is
basically
kinda
say
cool.
about the entire movie. They give Scarlet a makeover befitting her name and leave her looking like Mia at the end of Evil Dead, or like Sarah at the end of The Descent.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a good one.
That's probably more apt. The blood in the scene was actually thick raspberry syrup, and while shooting it, Perdita Weeks
Ooh,
had to
that's
be coated
thick.
with KY jelly to keep the syrup from dyeing her skin pink.
So I was also covered in lube.
She smelled fantastic.
She finds other demonic decor changes as well. There are mouths poking through the stone, and even a jump scare
Oh,
with
just-
her own face. It's positively Penny Dreadful.
Oh,
But
that's
Scarlet
bad.
manages to return the stone. There, I'll bet her now.
Stone is
Except
back.
where's the real stone? There's nothing else here, besides a dirty little mirror where she can see her dirty little face. A revelation hits her, and she repeats the words, as
You
above,
are
so
the
below.
stone.
Scarlet runs back to save George, but on the way is stopped by a ghostly vision of her dead dad. She blames herself for not picking up the phone when he called her the night he died, thus that Catacomb Collect call from earlier.
Oh,
She
yeah.
gives her phantom father a
Catacomb Collect call. I don't know why that made me laugh.
hug and apologizes for not being there for him, after which he vanishes. Oh, snap! She's been rectified, motherfuckers! She's fessed up to the action she felt most ashamed of. That means she now has the power of the Philosopher's Stone. Turns out it's been
Yeah,
inside
okay.
her the whole time. The power, not the stone. I don't want to pass that. She gets
She
to
is
George and
the
brings him back
stone.
from the edge of death with true love's kiss. Aw, that's nice. But no time to keep romancing the stone.
It's like, oh
They've gotta
God,
get
so
the hell out
bloody.
of hell. The trio reaches one last hole, and it's like your mom's. It's way too deep.
Okay, so correction. It's only 6 people in the movie with apparently only 4 or 3 deaths.
Oh! They'll have to take a leap of faith. But before they do, George and Zed need to do what Scarlet did and rectify by admitting what they feel guilty about. It's Silent Hill rules, but also Inferno rules. Dante wrote in the poem that the only way to escape the torment of hell is to confess your sins and atone for them. George
Huh.
admits he feels
Yeah, okay.
responsible for his brother's death because he got lost while trying to find help. Oh man, you were just a kid. You shouldn't feel guilty about that.
Yeah.
Zed, how about you?
I have a child I've never seen. I know it's mine, but I deny it.
Okay, yeah. See,
Okay,
George,
no, that's an
culpable.
asshole move.
We can piece together that Papillon was responsible for a car crash that killed his friend and left his hands burned. We saw them earlier when they were still above
Ah,
ground. Benji
okay.
may have been lustful or something, seeing as how that one chick kept making eyes at him. Oh, and Susie? I don't know. Maybe she didn't pay a parking meter or something?
Even I don't know.
With their sins confessed, they jump down, and at the bottom of the pit, they find a manhole. George and Scarlet try to pull the cover up, but it won't budge. They have to push it down and out of the way. When they
Yep.
do, they see the night sky below them, or above
Congrats.
them. You know what I mean. They climb down, then up onto the streets of Paris. The shell-shocked
Oh, that's
survivors
just
share a
freaky.
group hug, and Zed beat Dad
Huh,
leaves
so it's
to
only 3.
hopefully call that kid he abandoned. Yeah, man, I really can't believe that dude made it out alive. The movie ends with a clip from Scarlett's direct-to-camera talk with Benji, where she said she wasn't trying to find the stone for financial gain.
So you simply want the truth.
Exactly.
That's all most people really want. The truth.
Yeah, I want the truth.
Whether she likes it or not, she definitely found some truth down there. How many adventurers met their doom down in this ancient tomb?
Seems like it was only 3.
Oh, I actually don't know. How could I possibly find out?
Oh,
A clue. I think there's something on the back of this.
Get to the numbers or something?
There is. To find out just how many died, open the gates and look inside. Walk through the dark where
Huh.
evil slumbers.
Okay.
Let's find out.
And get to the numbers. Nice. Shane, what did you light on fire for that? Because there was actually stuff flying in the air.
Only 3 people died in As Above,
Yeah,
So
only
Below,
3.
with the victims consisting
Wow.
of 2 men and 1 woman, giving us this mostly sacre bleu pie chart. We've seen this kind of
Not bad.
breakdown 7 times before, first in Nightmare 5 and most recently in The Exorcist. With a runtime of 93 minutes, As Above, So Below had a kill on average every 31 minutes.
Not
I'll
bad.
give the Golden Chainsaw
Not bad at
for its
all.
kill to Papillon. Not only does it feature the practical flaming car, but that effect of it blinking out of existence made me yell aloud and clap. Double Shade for
That
latest
is
kill
still
goes to
good.
Susie. It's not bad per se, but I prefer the suddenness of Benji's fall. And that's
Oh
it.
yeah, no,
As
that
Above,
is
So
better.
Below was released in 2014 to largely negative reviews, but has gained a vocal
Yeah, a
fan
bit of a
base in the
shame.
year since its release. Until next time, I'm James A. Janice. This has been the Kill Count.
Well, let's see what's on the docket for next week.
Consider this your invitation to the annual Blackwood Winter Getaway.
Oh, it's Until Dawn. Okay, and it's not the crappy movie that's coming out. Now, look, I know some people are probably going to be like, oh, but it's a video game adaptation, so of course it's not going to be good. No, no, no. What makes it not good is that they, for some reason, add in a time loop feature and not have Wendigos as the main monsters of it. If you've played the game, or seen the game, or know anything about the game, you know there's no time loop, there's no any of that, and it's 100% Wendigo.
Party like we're fucking porn stars.
The date? 1 year after a tragic prank gone wrong.
This is super awkward, and we all know it.
The place? A spooky lodge on a possibly cursed snowy
Family lodge
mountain.
at that.
Are we going crazy down here?
The guests? You and your best frenemies. Plus, a cabin in the woods worth of horror cliches.
Are we like in a movie right now?
Take control of 8 different teenage meatbags as they fight to survive.
That's right.
Till dawn.
Until dawn.
Figure out what's happening by gathering clues and collectibles.
Oh man, look at this.
But be
It is
careful,
pretty fun.
because your decisions have consequences down the line.
Boom, butterfly effect.
Yes, it's dialogue choice
That's
or
right.
die. And there are so many ways to die.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's
Many of them are just not clicking the right button at the right time.
certainly didn't go according to plan. Now, did it?
So this week, invite some people you hate to come and play Until Dawn.
Sure. You say so.
Then on Friday, make the choice to watch the kill count only on Dead Meat.
I'm afraid we're out of time. We'll talk again soon.
Until Dawn can be played on the Picture Gaming platforms.
Now I'm actually curious, how would you actually even count the kills for this? I mean, some kills are consistent throughout any playthrough, but there are some that you can only get by messing up. Huh, that's actually going to be really interesting to see. But until then, everyone, this is going to be the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed this. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Link to the original will be in the description below, and I'll see all of y'all next time when we flick it back on. Until then, this is Fox, signing out. Peace.